The food that overflows our market shelves and fills our tables is harvested by men, women, and children who oftentimes can't satisfy their own hunger. This is a quote from Cesar Chavez, a civil rights activist for Hispanic migrant farm workers. We rarely think about where our food comes from and how it's relatively affordable. America boasts one of the lowest costs of food per capita for its citizens, and this is largely due in part to the low cost of production. Um, and this is all based on the low rates they're legally allowed to pay migrant farm workers. Um, and these rates rarely change with inflation, and they are the lowest possible rates, which allow this food to be so cheap. But what it causes is migrant workers to live in substandard conditions, to sometimes even conditions of malnutrition or hunger, hazardous or unsanitary working conditions as far as dealing with pesticides and long hours in the sun. Um, let's see. There's education issues for the families that they have with them, and the health concerns that go along with them. And there's just in general a lack of legal protection and social benefits for a large group of people who feed into our economy. And in other industries, a lot of it would just be unthinkable, and they're protected by unions and labor laws and things like that. But migrant workers fall into a different category, which is often overlooked. Um, I plan on interviewing a friend of the family who I know who works for the United Migrant Workers Ministry. It's a group that is pretty much enforced to protect the rights of legal migrant workers. It provides services such as education, transportation, legal representation, and all in all, it exists just to improve the conditions that that the backbone of our country runs off of. I plan to interview, like I said, this person and find out initially a lot what's going on that I don't even know about. I mean, just through a brief conversation, I've got what I've said so far, but I mean, from what I understand, that conditions can get pretty inhumane, and I think it's important that we think about it a little bit more. And I mean, it's too often that you go to Home Depot, you pick up a piece of wood, you don't think about where the wood comes from, you don't think about who milled it, how it was cut down. It's the same with food. It's just waiting there for us, and I think not only that, it's not even in terms of that. It's just how as a country, an advanced country at that, and we are, despite our recent geopolitical unpopularity, we are still one of the strongest economies, the strongest nations, the most powerful nations, and we're allowing this to happen to people. I mean, forget migrant, forget country of origin. It's just people, and it's legally allowed to happen, and they're underrepresented and basically helpless in many scenarios. And what I want to do is I want to shed some light on this, and most importantly, I want to learn a little bit about it. I want to shed some light on it, find out the kind of conditions they're subject to, and also find out what is done via the group to help the families and children of migrant workers. So hopefully I stayed on task and was clear enough without too many ums. But this is really what I hope to accomplish. I want to put together a piece that is, often overlooked and yet orchestral to our society, how we live and what we pay day to day for, the fuel we barely even think about. Um, so, um, providing everything works out with the interview and scheduling and things like that, and I'm really hoping to expand on this and do the topic some justice. Thank you.